Hey, how you doing? Justin here. In this lesson today we're going to be checking out the main riff and that first variation for Black Dog by Led Zeppelin, featuring the amazing Jimmy Page, of course, on guitar. The main riff itself, the actual bit that goes kind of between the lyrics, is not too difficult. It's fairly straightforward. The bit that's a bit unusual, and one of the things that I really struggled with when I was learning this as a teenager, is that other bit where it kind of goes all a bit wobbly and it's fighting with the drums a little bit. So what I want to do is just explain to you a good way of making sure that you stay in time, making sure that you get your pick in the right direction, which is probably the most important thing to being able to keep yourself synced with that. So let's get to a close-up and check out how to play it. Okay, that's the main riff, just slowly. Okay, so let's go through the left-hand fingering first, and then we'll talk about picking. So we're starting off with the third finger on the 7th fret of the 5th string, then climbing up on the 4th string, 5th fret, 6th fret, 7th fret. Then third finger has to roll over. So put it down slightly flatter than you normally would, so it can roll back over onto the 7th fret of the 5th string. There's a whole lesson on that on the website. If you in the technique section, if you look up rolling, there's a whole lesson on how to get that movement nice. Then first finger, 5th fret of the 3rd string, back to the root note, which is the A note here, the 7th fret of the 4th string. Then we have here, third finger kind of folds over, and we play 7th fret on the 3rd string, 5th fret on the 2nd string. Then that finger's going to roll over again, a bit of rolling in this tune, onto the 5th fret of the 3rd string, and we're going to have a hammer-on flick off with the 3rd finger and the 7th fret. So. Just that section again. That's probably the first bit that you want to get down, actually. Just because it makes a kind of a nice riff anyway. Then you've got 7th fret, 5th fret, hammer on. Then, which is 7th fret, 4th string, 5th fret, 3rd string, back to the root again, then so it's all on the 4th string. 3rd fret, 5th string, open D string, 4th string, then the A chord. So you want to probably break it into these 3 riffs. Start with that. Then second. Then the end. And then put all 3 together. Okay, let's look at the picking hand. And now a bit more slow-mo. Interesting thing here, we're starting with an up pick. Up, down, up, down, up, down, down. That's the first part. Up, down, up, down, up, down, down. Down, up, down, down, up, down, down. So, down, up, down, down, up, down, down. There it's alternate. So down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, and then a down. So the first chord is an up, followed by a down. One more time, just that whole thing real slow. The real fun comes when you get this kind of repeated figure over on the thicker strings. Let me play it for you first, and then I'll try and explain it best I can. Here we go. 3, 4. So it's basically kind of going against the drums a little bit. The drums are staying steady and he's moving where the riff falls on the beat. And it's starting off, the first note is starting on an and, just like the main riff did. And normally when a riff starts on an and, we start with an upstroke. So we'd start here, up, down, up, down, up, down, down. Right, that's normal, the same as that we did for the main riff. The second time he plays it, it starts on the beat. So it's going down, up, down, up, down, up, up. Now if you get that right, and you start with a down, up, down, up, down, up, up, which feels really odd to start off with, that's the trick to getting this one right, because you start with up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, up, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, then again, down, up, down, up, down, up. I can't do that bit and say it at the same time. The very last time, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down. And then we're at the same part as the riff. Same as the actual riff. So let me do, I know that probably seems a little bit confusing. I'd like to do it better, but I'm not sure I can. Let me take it through you again. So the first time we're starting with an upstroke. Up, down, 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 down. Then down, up, down, up, down, up, 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 down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, etc. Now, it really is, the trick is whether you start with an up or a down, and then you're alternating, starting with a down, starting with an up. Now, that's the trick. That's the only trick I've ever found to do that, and making sure that you're really confident with yourself where the beat is. So making sure you kind of really think it. One thing that really helps is using a metronome. So I've just set this metronome to 80 beats per minute, just so you can hear exactly what's going on here. We're going to be starting on the off beat, so 2, 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, 4, down. I'm sure many of you are going to find that pretty tricky doing that second part. It's really good fun, and the trick of course is to do it slowly and make sure you get your picking right, and maybe doing it with a metronome. I would strongly recommend using a slow down program like Transcribe, so you can play along with the original track at either half speed or maybe 70% or 80% or whatever speed it is that you can play along, but then you're playing with the band, because it kind of, the time's moving a bit. It's not quite as metronomic as you might think. Back in those days they didn't all play to click tracks. It's kind of a bit more organic, which leads me to one other point that I want to mention to you, which is when you start the riff, because it's not exactly so many bars break while Robert Plant sings, it just kind of starts. But the trick is, if you listen very closely, just before they start playing, you'll hear a little drum click where they've just got, you know, it's literally John Bonham's sitting there going tick ba doo ba da ba da, and they've started. So keep your ears peeled and have a listen. You'll hear that little kind of giveaway drum click, which is what you want to do if you're playing it in a band. After the singer's finished his line, the drummer will just click the drum sticks once, just as a cue, like, yeah, we're going to go, and then the whole band joins in on the riff. Quite a lot more to that tune. It's quite a complicated one. The next part after that horrible syncopated part is also kind of interesting, but I'll leave you to discover that one by yourself, because there's not time to go through all of that in this one today. So have fun playing that riff, and I'll see you for another one very soon. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye.